Hi everybody, this is Sonja from Power Free Coaching. I'm just stopping by to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous, happy, successful, healthy, and whatever aspects are important to you to have in the new year. So I wish you all the very best for 2018. May be great, just as you want it to be, and you know what it means for you. But I'm also stopping by to just give you quickly a really useful tool to have in your pocket and as a skill set coming up for the holidays, which you can also apply in other different scenarios of your life. Difficult scenarios while dealing with people. For Christmas, families get together, and it's usually a fun environment to be around with, and the people we spend time with our family, which is great, or for some of the time great. But it can happen very quickly that arguments arise, if we allow them to, and that we start feeling uncomfortable, that we start feeling judged, that we take things personally and want to fight back, don't know how to deal with the situation. Arguments arise. You probably know it, and you know what I'm talking about. You probably have been there. Now, there is a way how to deal with this before it can actually escalate, and especially for a time or in a time such as Christmas, we really are trying to not to escalate it to something which is unpleasant, because ultimately Christmas, we've got it only once a year, and we really want to make the best of the time we have with our loved ones. So what you can do is to just, number one, remove yourself from the situation, because remember, between a stimulus and a response there is a space, and in that space lies your opportunity to choose your response, and in your response lies your freedom for growth and development. So between the stimulus, somebody saying something which is annoying, somebody doing something which you don't agree with, somebody doing something which is getting on your nerves, and the response, you wanting to fight back, there is a space. And whether you realize it or not, and it can be very short, usually between the stimulus and our response, we tend to respond really quickly. But regardless, there is this gap, this space. And I want you to take opportunity of that space and consciously pay attention to that space. So what happens is, somebody says something which you don't agree with, does something you don't agree with. I want you to take a deep breath in and just maybe bite your tongue to stop you from saying what would even escalate the situation further and bring your mental balance and well-being out of place. Just take the deep breath, bite your tongue silently, and remove yourself to a space where you are undisturbed, such as the toilet. And as you are in that space, still angry with that person, wanting to fight back, wanting to just tell them what you think about them or the behavior, I want you to focus on your breath. So let's imagine we're doing this together now. You're breathing through your nose, so you're feeling the air coming in through your nostrils. Take a deep breath. And breathe out. And as you're taking the deep breath, you will feel that one of your nostrils, left or right, will be dominant in this particular moment in time. So in my instance, I can feel that it's my left nostril that is the dominant nostril. Set yourself the intention in your mind, set yourself the focus to shift that dominance of the left nostril to the opposite nostril. So to shift the dominance of your whatever left or right nostril to the opposite nostril. In my case, it's the left nostril. And by just focusing on the power of your focus and intention and the power of your imagination, see yourself breathing in the majority of the air, distinctly feeling your opposite nostril being the dominant one. And practice it. Take another deep breath and see yourself breathing in through that opposite nostril. And you can close your eyes if that helps you to focus more. Really telling the other nostril to become the dominant nostril, whatever it takes for you to shift. And keep going as long as you need to do this process. In my case, the dominance has already shifted. Now what happens whilst you're doing this is that you stop paying attention on what has happened before, on the reason why you actually removed yourself and came to that quiet environment, probably the toilet. And whilst you're focusing on your breath and your nostrils and shifting the dominance from one side to the other, you have forgotten, number one, about what has happened, what has wound you up in that particular instance. And you come back relaxed and refreshed with a different perspective. Most likely knowing what that person was saying, but your response would be different. Knowing what that person has done, which would have previously, only a few minutes ago, caused a reaction in you which you really didn't want to be in. But having now the state of mind which is different to before. So you have chosen in that space between the stimulus and the response a different way to respond, which is empowering and gives you the freedom to be who you really are. Now you can apply this, and I'm saying this especially for the coming Christmas period within the circle of your family and friends, but you can also apply it in a work environment and whenever you are around people and have dealings with people with whom you don't necessarily always agree with. When you feel that somebody is causing something in you which makes you feel stressed, which would cause you to act in a way you don't quite agree with internally with yourself. So your spontaneous reaction would be something which is not ultimately you. So in an effort to get to that stage where you would regret something in hindsight, implement this process and you will see the benefits. So I challenge you to recognize this in the upcoming holidays. Recognize when somebody says or does something which pushes your buttons, to stop yourself in a particular moment, to remove yourself and to do the exercise we've just done together and see the difference and the impact it will have on the dealings with your family, but also friends and the people you're around with. So before I go, 2018 is going to be a great year. But it can be only as great as you want it for yourself. And that's the reason why I'm giving you a completely free coaching session on me. I want you to make the best out of 2018. And you can only do the best when you start looking at things from a perspective which empower you, which serve you. If you recognize that everything you've been doing so far has only brought you to a place where you are at the moment, and if it's not fulfilling you, if you feel stuck, if you feel frustrated, if you feel as if there is much more to give, as if you had much more to do and be and have, but are just not finding a way to get around it, then take me up on my offer. Take me up on the offer of my free coaching strategy session for you until the end of the Christmas or until the end of this year, 2017, and get yourself ready for the next year. Empower yourself to be and to have the life you want. And this coaching session will give you a great insight in terms of what coaching is, how it works, and most importantly, how it can work for you. So test drive coaching for free on me to get the best for you for 2018. Thank you very much. The link is somewhere either above or below this video to the free coaching session with me. And yeah, comment, get back to me, let me know how you got on. Underneath the coaching session will be a comment option for you to let me know how you got on. If you have any questions, get back to me. Before I go, there's somebody who's got something to tell to you. Merry Christmas, guys, and yeah, see you next year. Bye for now.